What is up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. That's Paco. I'm Tony. Today, you know what day it is? It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Another week. We made it, right? So, it's the Q&A, and if you're a new subscriber, you don't know that we always do the Q&A on Fridays. If you have a question you want answered, all you got to do is leave your question in the comments below, and I'll read it. Pretty simple. So Friday's Q&A, and I am glad it is Friday. It's also a holiday weekend, so Monday's, anyway, it's all good. So today I'm wearing my GMT Master 2 Batgirl. Haven't really been wearing this at all. I'll wind it, I'll set it, and I'll wear it, and then I'll take it off, and then it stops after a few days, and then I'm like, I don't want to set it, and then next thing you know, I'm wearing it now. Actually, I wore my Pasha all day today. I love this watch. Love that Pasha, man. All right, cool. So let's roll the intro and we'll get into the Q&A.
Talking timepieces with Tony. Talking timepieces with Tony.
Okay. We have a few questions this week. So the first question comes from David Parrish Productions 5085082. What's up, Dave? Hope all is well. Hope the family's doing well. Hope you guys are doing all good. All of you, every one of you. Happy weekend. Happy weekend. What watches do you actually prefer on a strap, rubber or leather, as opposed to a bracelet? Well, there was a period of time where I hated bracelets. The only watch I would wear on a bracelet would be a Rolex. Everything else had to be on a leather strap. I didn't care. It has to be on a leather strap. Now it's changed a bit. My taste in watches are still fairly similar than what they were. I used to really prefer dress watches over anything else, but so that's a little bit different. I do like dress watches still, though. I just don't have a lot of them. But like, for instance, obviously my GMT, I would never put this on a rubber strap. I just don't care. It belongs on the strap it comes with. Rolex are fucking perfect, just the way they are. On the Santos, I have a bracelet for this as well, and it's okay on the bracelet. In fact, when I saw it and decided to buy it, it was before I even knew it had the leather strap. So obviously I liked something about it, but I really prefer it on the leather strap. And I'll put it on the bracelet occasionally for about 10 minutes and then take it off and put it back on the strap. A lot of my, I guess if you would say sport watches, whatever, if I put them on a rubber strap, I do enjoy rubber straps. So, but I'm now more partial to bracelets, right? So like on the Zenith Defy Skyline, it is a bracelet and rubber strap, and I actually prefer that on the bracelet. Santos, I believe I prefer that on the bracelet as well, but it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So, so it just depends, man. But Rolex are always straight across the board. A bracelet, I would never change that. So thanks for your question, man. And the next one comes from Chill Guy 849. Is a black dial Daytona easier to get than a Panda Daytona? Do you live in the United States, man? Because if you do, we have what's called the lottery out here. So basically, it's like saying, hey, man, do you think I will win the Powerball as opposed to the Super Lotto? Which one do I have a better shot at? Well, let's just say the Super Lotto is the black dial and the Powerball is the white dial. The white dial is way harder to get than the black dial, but they're both extremely difficult. It's really, you'd be more likely to get a black dial than you will a white dial, just simply because the white dial is more in demand. It's just one of those things. They save those for their preferred customers. I apparently am not one of them, but I say that and I'm just joking. If Bindy's watching, I'm just kidding. I'm just sense of humor, man. But yeah, I mean, you would be probably most likely, you would probably most likely get the black one before the white one would come in. So yeah, thanks for your question, man. Strawn Robertson 29. Brigade, totally correct. Yes, when I did my video on the Holy Trinity. And for those people that comment saying, I don't know what the point of the Holy Trinity is and what's a big deal and all that. It's not a big deal, and I personally really don't give a shit, but it is considered, there is a Holy Trinity that everybody knows and calls that this is the Holy Trinity, and if we're going to play that game, then put Brigade in and AP out. Simple as that, That doesn't really, I ain't losing sleep over it, and I don't care either way, really. When it comes down to it, it's just watches, right? And one of my viewers, it's like, buy what you like. Yeah, and exactly, that's exactly it. Just buy what you like. Who cares what's part of the Holy Trinity or not? But so, anyway, back to your question, Strawn Robertson. I sometimes wonder about their marketing. Sorry, wait. Why? Okay, about Brigade. Why are they not mentioned along with Patek Philippe when they should be? Perhaps a slick marketing team could do wonders for them. Yeah, man. That's one of the biggest things, isn't it? It's like, when you've got a brand like that, and if you haven't seen my video on Brigade should be in the Holy Trinity, go back and watch it, because and some people also didn't get. Are you giving a history lesson, or are you talking about what brand's better? And I was basically explaining, when I was giving a little bit of the history of Brigade, that, what they've accomplished, what they've achieved, the patents, the things they invented, as opposed to like AP. I didn't do the comparison. I didn't do the breakdown with AP because I just don't even come close as far as I'm concerned with what Brigade did. But yeah, I mean, is it that the, they're just not like the Swatch Group isn't marketing them? Is it Brigade? Is it the Swatch Group? Is it that, a big celebrity hasn't put a Brigade on the wrist? Do they not have a watch yet that's going to go, wow, like certain watch brands like the 5711 or the, Patek Philippe or the AP Royal Oak, you know what I mean? Or some of those Hublots that, whatever it is. But yeah, I think Brigade deserve a lot more, and who knows, man? Who knows what's going to happen? They got some cool shit, though. Mike Lewis, 2456. You've got, okay. I'm going to go to where your question actually is. Today I telephoned my AD, and he offered me a day date 228348 RBR, but think it's a bit too blingy and I'm not big on yellow gold. What do I think on? Sorry, man. Do you want me to read this as you wrote it, or you want me to just like what I know you're saying is you telephoned your AD, they offered you the day date, but you think it's too blingy and you're not big on yellow gold. What do I think of you passing on it? Dude, you said it yourself, man. If it's too blingy, that's not your thing, then that's one. It's too big, that's two. Did you say big? No, a bit too blingy, and you're not big on yellow gold. And especially if you don't like yellow gold, dude, that's like $42,000 or whatever that you're passing on. Don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? You said you called your AD, so that doesn't sound like you had initially called him and asked for that watch. Now, if you would have called him and asked for that watch, and then you called him back and said you didn't want it, it's still fine. But at the same time, just because he offered it to you, I turned down a day date from Fanks. It was offered. I could have flown out there and got it, and I was like, nope, not my bag, dude. I mean, I like the day date, love the day date. I'll take the platinum with the blue, the ice blue dial. I don't have that kind of cash floating around right now, but so no, it's not a big deal, dude. It's not a big deal. This one, thanks for your question, though. This one came from user, it's a generic name, and actually I don't know why I'm reading this, because it's not a question. It was more of a comment that sometimes, some of the troll viewers will try to call you out, you know what I mean? And then I just spin it right back at him like, okay, dude, what do you got? Where's your ammo? You don't have anything, you know what I mean? Because I'll usually just put them into place, but... and this one came from a dude. He was like, it must have been something to do with Zenith or something. But he said Zenith are owned by Hublot. Says a lot, don't you think, Tony? I remember a few years ago when I told you the watch market was going to tank along with the economy, and you asked me if I had a crystal ball. Well, it looks like I did. And I responded. I think there was a little bit of going back between me and this guy, but the bottom line is, I kind of laughed because it's like, how do I even generate a response to someone who thinks that Hugh Blow owns Zenith? You know what I mean? It's like right there, just that alone. Because who owns Zenith? You guys know. So anyway, it's not a big deal. Just some people, like, when you're commenting, man, think before you think you're gonna outsmart me. Okay. This comes from FTOwnkev. FTOWNKEV. Okay, now that you let us know about the shirt, part 2 of the question: can you make a limited run and sell a batch? I know you would have a lot of interest in them. Maybe do a different colors or whatever you like. You're talking about the t-shirt that's the Crown Cartel 1905, right? That I showed you in one of the previous videos. That's just, I only made 3 of those shirts. One for me, one for Overwatch _ 1905, and one for someone else. And no, I can't, I'm not going to sell the merch. For one, I mean, I designed the t-shirt, yes I did, but I didn't come up with Crown Cartel 1905. That came from Overwatch on Instagram, that has the Crown Cartel, you know what I mean? So in a sense, if I was to sell them and try to make money off of them, I'd be making money off of someone else's. It would be like plagiarism. It'd be like what everyone does in the music industry, you know what I mean? But no one in the industry cares. It's like, let's just see if we can get away with it, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I got too much of a conscience on that now. I could call them and say, hey, you want to make some money? I could sell these shirts. And you might probably go, yeah, that's fine. And I'm sure you would be fine if I did it anyway, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. So I'm not going to be selling those shirts. But either way, and who knows, maybe something down the line I'll do something, you know what I mean? But thanks for your question, dude. This comes from Chris Inman 4634. As usual, great video, Tony. Thanks, dude. You're so right. AP is definitely a one-trick pony. So I have a question of questions. When thinking positive, you get your Panda Daytona, will it be in the rotation box? By that, will it get worn regularly or just saved for special occasions? Also, if it's in the box, will it dominate? And by that, I mean, if you're going out, is it the go-to watch? Love to hear your thoughts. As always, this is the best YouTube watch channel. Take care. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You guys who do comment and say that you really love my channel, that means a lot to me. It really does. It doesn't go unnoticed. I really do appreciate the people that subscribe. Although most people that are subscribed don't watch the videos, it's the people that aren't subscribed that watch. But either way, I'm trying to I want my channel to get bigger, but I'm just like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. So yeah. As far as the Daytona, when I get it, I don't know because I don't have it. I could usually with Rolex, I mean, it just depends. I'm either going to put it on and fall in love with it, and that's it, and that's the only watch I wear for quite a while, and then it just tapers off, and then, so it would definitely be in my main box, but unless something's up, like I can't read the time or something on it, then it would probably not get worn, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, like I remember a lot of my Rolex, that I've like the GMT, was on my wrist for months, you know what I mean? And I didn't take it off. So, and now it's just, say the honeymoon's over or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I still love the watch, but that's how it goes with watches, right? But I can't personally tell until I actually get the watch, you know what I mean? Where it's going to play and what box it's going to go in. A lot of them will stay in my rotation box even if I don't wear it that much, in the hopes that, like, all right, I'm gonna wear it and start wearing it. So, but thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Gino 816. Question: in the last 2 years, would you lean Tudor or Longines? Who, in your opinion, has the brighter future? Between Tudor and Longines, who has the brighter future? If Tudor continue down the path of coming out with sort of raising the bar to where they are at what their level is, then I would say Tudor. Longines have been around a long time, but so have Tudor. But Longines are, I don't know. I don't own a Longines, and I love Longines, and I'm probably gonna get a Longines. I just keep not getting one. You know what I mean? I want to almost say that they're a better watch than Tudor, but I don't know. I mean, the first Tudor I got was a Black Bay 58. Right off the bat, had a problem with it. Black Bay 54 doesn't fit properly, but you know, you can always get that half link, you know. And I've heard some other issues with Tudor. So, and I haven't really heard that much about Longines. So, as far as problems, you know what I mean. But then again, they're a little bit lower on the under the radar. They're not big news, you know what I mean. So, but I would say, if it was me buying my next watch, would I buy a Tudor or would I buy a Longines? I'd most likely buy a Longines before I buy another Tudor, if that makes sense. Thanks for your question, man. Balkan Shed, what's up, dude? Hey, Tony, thanks for another great Q&A video. Thanks, man. I have a question about watch travel cases. Any particular styles or brands that you use or recommend? Yeah, I use the Wolf watch roll, you know what I mean? Just put the watch in. When I travel generally, and I don't travel that much, but when I do, I only really take 2 watches, one that I'm wearing and one extra one. That's it. I don't take a bunch of watches with me when I go anywhere. And then so I have a 1-roll Wolf watch roll. Super soft, super it's durable. I would definitely try Wolf, and there's other brands out there, but that's what I use. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Gordon Harwell, 2472. What's up, Gordon? Great content as usual. Not sure how you keep your t-shirts looking so good. It's an awesome sunny day at Priscilla's. Yeah, it was probably an awesome sunny day at Priscilla's. Priscilla's is a coffee shop just right around the corner from me. My UV flashlight just quit, and I wanted to ask which watches have the best lume. Thanks for the weekly updates. Yeah, man, thanks for your question. The best lume, probably Rolex. You know, I'm talking about out of my watches, you know. You can, you know, if I put a light, I wear a watch when I go to bed, and that would be my Timex Expedition North. This one I do wear at night. I hit it with a flashlight before I go to bed, and it lasts mostly throughout the night. So that way, if I wake up at 3 in the morning to use the restroom or something like that, I can still see what time it is. One of the big misconceptions, conceptions, turf and turf. It's one of those days, dude. You know. One of the misconceptions about lume is people think that when it's that bright, that's how long it's going to stay. No, I mean, it fades out real quick. Anyone who has lume and they go, oh, it fades out quick. How's that going to last all night? Well, it's supposed to last throughout the night to a period of where you can actually just make out what time it is. It's not meant to be super glowy bright all the way through. So Rolex have really good lume that lasts a long time. However, I don't wear my Rolex to bed, and I don't wear them in the shower. I had a Luminox. I've had several Luminox, multiple Luminox, man, with those tritium tubes. Those are really cool for a couple years, and then they just stop. They don't last the 25 years like they say they do. And then like Zenith, for instance, my Zenith Pilot, the lume's good for a few hours. Wake up in the middle of the night, and you don't even know what time it is. Yeah, Rolex, Tudor also have really good lume. So other than that, I can't really say. I mean, my Zodiac Super Seawolf has decent lume, but not good enough. It seems like the Timex has the best lume for, you know, and not the brightest to start with, but it's enough that lasts, you know what I mean? So having said that, you guys, I really appreciate you. And like, subscribe, do all that stuff that the cool people do, you know. And we'll see you on the next video.